Love or emotional dependency? Do you love them? Or are you afraid of being alone? Do you feel that you love someone? Or do you feel that you would not be able to live well without them? Perhaps an unanswered message is enough to make you feel anxious. Perhaps you accept situations that hurt you because you are afraid of losing the relationship. Or perhaps you have pushed your friends, your interests, and even important parts of who you are into the background. When love begins to demand that you abandon yourself, there may be something beyond affection within the relationship. In this video, you will learn about the main differences between love and emotional dependency, recognize some of the signs that may appear in relationships, and reflect on ways to build healthier connections. This is not about judging anyone's feelings or deciding who truly loves someone. It is about noticing whether the relationship allows two whole individuals to exist, or whether one of them is gradually disappearing to preserve the bond. Imagine someone who begins a relationship and slowly reorganizes their entire life around the other person. At first, it may seem like ordinary excitement. They spend more time together, messages take up much of the day, and the desire to remain close feels natural. Over time, however, this person begins canceling their own plans. They distance themselves from friends, abandon activities they once enjoyed, and avoid expressing different opinions. Before making any decision, they first consider how their partner might react. When they receive attention, they feel relieved. When they sense any distance, they feel afraid. Even if they are unhappy, they imagine that ending the relationship would be worse than staying. From the outside, all of this may be mistaken for intense love. On the inside, however, there is a mixture of insecurity, fear, and a constant need for reassurance. Loving someone involves closeness, care, and the desire to share your life. But it also involves freedom, respect, and individuality. Emotional dependency develops when the relationship stops being an important choice and begins to feel like the only possible source of security, self-worth, or happiness. Several differences can help us understand this. First, love involves choice, while emotional dependency is dominated by fear. In a healthy relationship, you stay because you want to build something with that person. There's affection, commitment, and a genuine desire to be together. In emotional dependency, staying may be driven mainly by fear. Fear of being alone, of never meeting anyone else, of being rejected, or of discovering that you are not important enough. As a result, someone may remain in a relationship that causes suffering, not because they are happy, but because they believe they would be unable to cope with the separation. The second difference is that love preserves your identity, while emotional dependency can cause you to lose yourself. A healthy relationship does not require two people to become one. Each person continues to have their own opinions, friendships, interests, goals, and time for themselves. With emotional dependency, someone may begin shaping their entire life around avoiding conflict or gaining approval. They say yes when they want to say no, hide their needs, and give up important parts of their life so that they can always be available. Making adjustments is a natural part of any relationship. Erasing yourself, however, means gradually losing touch with your own voice. The third difference is how distance is experienced. Missing someone is natural. The problem begins when every pause in communication is interpreted as abandonment or a loss of interest. A delayed response may trigger thoughts such as, did I do something wrong? Do they still care about me? Did they find someone better? This may lead to a constant search for reassurance, repeated messages, or the need to know what the other person is doing at all times. Peace of mind no longer comes from within. Instead, it depends entirely on receiving attention from someone else. The fourth difference involves boundaries. Boundaries do not push away people who respect each other. They communicate what each person needs to feel safe, respected, and valued. When emotional dependency is present, saying no may feel dangerous. Someone may avoid discussing what bothers them because they are afraid of causing an argument or being left. As a result, disrespectful behavior may be excused repeatedly. The person may think, it is better to endure this than to lose the relationship. But preserving a relationship should not require accepting situations that harm your dignity or well-being. The fifth difference is that love adds to your life, while emotional dependency tends to take over your entire life. A relationship can be deeply important without becoming your only source of meaning. In healthy love, there are other foundations: friendships, family, education, work, personal projects, rest, individual interests, and time alone. With emotional dependency, nearly all emotional energy becomes focused on one person. Your mood depends on the attention they give you. Your own plans lose their value, and life seems to pause whenever that person is unavailable. No relationship should carry the entire responsibility of fulfilling all of someone's emotional needs. If you recognize some of these signs in yourself, try not to turn that realization into guilt. Emotional patterns can develop throughout life, but they can also be understood and changed. Begin by asking yourself a few questions. Can I express what I think without being afraid that I will be abandoned? Have I preserved my friendships, interests, and personal goals? Am I staying in this relationship mainly because of love, or because I am afraid of being alone? Can I set boundaries when something hurts me? Does my self-esteem depend almost entirely on how this person treats me? These questions are not meant to produce an immediate conclusion. They are an invitation to look at the relationship more honestly. It may also be helpful to reclaim small areas of independence. Return to an activity you once enjoyed. Talk to people you trust. Set aside time for yourself, and practice making some decisions without constantly seeking approval. Try to communicate your needs clearly. Instead of accusing the other person, describe what is happening and how it affects you. For example, when my opinions are dismissed, I feel undervalued, and I need us to communicate respectfully. If fear, insecurity, or difficulty setting boundaries is causing ongoing distress, support from a mental health professional may help you understand where these patterns come from and develop more balanced relationships. Loving someone does not mean disappearing so that they will stay. Healthy love brings people closer without imprisoning them. It offers support without replacing identity. It allows intimacy without eliminating freedom, and creates commitment without making fear its main foundation. In emotional dependency, the main question is often, what do I need to do to keep this person from leaving? In a healthier relationship, the question also becomes, can I continue being myself while I am in this relationship? Being with someone should be a shared choice, not an abandonment of yourself. Now, take a moment to reflect. What do you believe is the most important difference between loving someone and being emotionally dependent on them? Share your thoughts in the comments. Your perspective may help others who are experiencing similar doubts. And if this video was helpful, subscribe to the channel and watch the next video about the signs that you may be losing yourself in a relationship.